Okay, so I made my YouTube channel in like 2006 or something. This was when YouTube was just starting, and at the time, I had a lot of like underground hip hop music that I had gotten off the internet because I knew how to use the internet better than most people at that time, because it was before there was just everything was just on YouTube. I realized that YouTube was beginning to become this database that you could just stream all the stuff, that you didn't have to download it anymore. It was like the most universal form of a database that I saw, that was like, oh, they're just letting you upload music, like they're letting you upload anything to this and you can just search it and it's there. It's amazing. And so I started to upload some good underground hip hop stuff and just whatever I felt like putting on the internet, like through my college years, basically was when that started back in 2006. And I uploaded some like classic Kanye, like underground. Um, it was on Kanye's mixtapes. It was on like so not his main albums, but like mixtape stuff that he released before College Dropout. That was like some like, yeah, banger stuff. Banger stuff. Ugh. But some bangers. Yeah, I stand by that. Um, yeah, so I started to basically, some people would subscribe to my channel or whatever, because I uploaded some like instrumentals. I like recreated some, gave some like piano tabs of how to play certain songs, random stuff over the years, and I don't know. I got subscribers. I got 2015 subscribers or something like that. Probably 2,000 of them are just from clicking subscribe from these like old Kanye videos, and stuff. For over the last almost 20 years, this has been happening. And I guess 20 years worth of that, you get like 2,000 subscribers. But now I actually have something to say of my own. And we got other elves putting out all the good music on the internet these days. Also, if you want a dope Kanye song that I recently came across, I don't know if it was like recreated by someone else. I'm not totally sure, but I think it may be. It's called Mama's New Boyfriend or something like that. Search like Mama's Boyfriend Kanye, and there's this one where the thumbnail is like this orange and yellow Kanye picture. That song is dope. That song is so dope, and it might have just been like he gave a performance of it on the Facebook campus or something like that, and somebody boosted the audio and put with it. Um, I don't know how this song was made, but there's like one version of it. It's like extraordinary on. This sounds like a studio version more or less, but it's a little bit like lo-fi. But I yeah, the album cover is actually like these colors. Um, so go check that out. There's your Kanye gift of the day. But basically, the point of this video was the most common question that people leave on my videos, whether it's about no matter what it's about, is what do you feel about Kanye now? Because in this one video, I uploaded this in 2000, it was either 2007 or 2008, and this was after he released his second album. So after College Dropout, he released, what was it, Late Registration? No, no, no. It must have been around the time of like, okay, this is what it was. He released Late Registration, and I was a little bit, it felt like sophomore slump to me at the time compared to the College Dropout, how much I love the College Dropout, how much I love the mixtape stuff. It felt like a little bit of a downgrade, but I didn't dislike it. I love it now. Now it's one of my favorites. Such a good album. Uh, yeah, Gone. That might be my favorite track off that album. Um, and yeah, I like how Kanye does like on both College Dropout and Late Registration, like what like some of the best bangers are there we go again. The very like last track, like Gone was like towards the end of that CD, and then Last Call. That might be my favorite. Oh gosh, College Dropout's so good. I'm not sure what my favorite is, but that one, like, I always keep coming back to. I always want to listen to it if it comes up on shuffle or something like that. The Last Call Kanye, like it's just such a dope concept, and the beat and stuff and the lyrics. Fascinating. But yeah, so he released that one I was like on the fence about, and then he released, it might have been 808s. I don't know. It was like one. It was like a surprise. Like, yeah, it might have been 808s or something like that. And I was like, okay, this like just got not good. Basically, when I listened to 808s, I really was not a fan. I just liked it more like classic um, hip hop bars. Um, and I wasn't the only one that felt that way because we are just used to that. I mean, obviously that's one of the most like foundational. People like I still don't like it that much. I should give it another chance. I should check back with it. But my roommate loves it. My roommate loves it, and he's sort of more in tune to his emotional side and like that kind of music in like a very real way. So I should probably give it another chance. He'd be so shocked if he walked in and I was playing that. I'm gonna do that tonight when he gets back. Um, yeah. So that's how I was feeling. So basically, this video that I uploaded, the caption that I put, and I didn't expect more than a thousand. I don't know. I didn't know how many people would see this, but I didn't expect that this caption would make me be getting comments about it 20 years later. People asking me about it. Is that on this video, which is I think it might have been Soulful. I don't remember which Kanye song I uploaded, and I was like, I think I think what the caption was very nice Kanye rap from back when he used to be good. It was what I put, and people just went insane with this because they've been seeing this is like a popular video people still coming to, and they're like back when he used to be good, and they see that this was I wrote this probably 10 years before they ever heard of Kanye, like half of them, um, to like yeah to think about someone saying that early because it became a thing later on in Kanye's career, like the same sentiment that I felt real acutely. I felt it earlier on than I think a lot of people did because that's when they started. I mean, other people definitely felt it when I felt it, but then like in the when he made the what's that Pablo album or something, he has that like I miss the old Kanye rap. That's like that like epitomizes the essence of this of him becoming. Hopefully, he's becoming more of who he is, and the creation is just evolving to a point that where this is something we haven't seen before. This is something we haven't seen before. Like that, he's just doing that, and it's fulfilling for him. In my opinion, his music has gotten worse over his career, which I think the same for most artists. Honestly, that's my opinion. Some extraordinary, but in my opinion, the best most artists' best album or two tend to be their first ones, not their ones after 10 years of fame. So yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with my opinion of your artistic career declining over time because I just think that's the natural trajectory. Once ego gets projected into you, not your fault, but just once other people start thinking about you every day, things get weird. They project that into you, you receive it, you be confused on who you are. You be confused on who you are. Um, you be confused on who you are. Anyways, what was I saying with that? Was that weird? Yeah, so my opinion, my final opinion of Kanye's career as of this day, I'm not following it that closely anymore, honestly, but I still love the old stuff, is that his earliest stuff was still his best, as far as what I just want to keep coming back to and listening to, um, as far as where I'm at. And but the more I grew, the more I came to appreciate some of his other albums. Obviously, the more you listen to anything, the more attunement you get for it, the more pleasant it can be, the more present you can be with it because you understand it fully. So that happens with music. People's favorite songs are the ones they know. You could play some amazing song at a bar or something that's just like fundamentally amazing and so beautiful. But when people hear the Friday by Rebecca, or people don't even know that song. What's the song people know? Like, what's the song like white people like that in the karaoke. Um, Gosh, what? How does it go? Is it Journey? There's one and one other one that I get confused about, but you know what I'm talking about. People love that song because they know it. Because every freaking weekend you don't even want to hear, you don't even want to hear Usher's Yeah. You know how many times I had to listen to Usher's Yeah? I think that was like a signal for my life. Uh, is the less I liked hearing Usher's Yeah, the less I should be in the environment where Usher's Yeah is gonna come on. I think that was like the realization of like coming into like the evolving from the wanting to go out on the weekend to realizing why are we going? Why do I want to go out? They're just gonna play Yeah by Usher at 11, and people are gonna get excited. Um, it's because people love the music that they're attuned to. They don't care. They don't care beyond that. And so some of me coming to appreciate Kanye more is that due to that simple phenomenon. But I do um, yeah, even my dark twisted fantasy, I didn't love that one at first. I kind of felt Anthony Fantano, the needle drop guy, gets a lot of flack for him rating this one a 6 out of 10 when it just came out. Like it was just no big deal. It was just like a 6 out of 10. And just like through his whole career, people are like, how could you have rated this album? This is like a classic album. Uh, I've come to really like that one more, but there's some of it that is still so corny that is only regarded as classic because he's Kanye. But if it would have just, yeah, yeah, it's a great album. It's a great album, but I get it. I get it why. Like part of it's just his aura is sprinkled all over it over time of why people think it's as good as it is. Because there's a few tracks on there. Dun, 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 dun. That one, it's sort of, it's a little bit corny. Like his, if his aura wasn't just glazed all over it, it's like you're ripping off that like little jingle from that song or whatever. Um, but in general, I love Kanye. I think he's um, a good human. I think he's trying his best, and I think he's I think he'll be okay. I think he is still coming to understand. I could see him really coming to a peaceful place at some point where he's almost like he is like a sage. It's not he like he is a sage. He understands some. He's able to form to speak in truth from a foundation that we're a lot of us are shaky on, but then you'll kind of catch it. So sometimes he'll sound really stupid to you, but sometimes it'll be like, wait a second, like that. I like felt that. So like something you're thinking about it like a couple of days later he'll say something like that. So I think he is a sage, but hopefully, there's a lot of judgment on him about and yeah, I guess he's done weird stuff, but the judgment is not helping it's not helping him. Um, and I think there is a chance for him because I do think he seems like a fundamentally like a sweet person. Oh well, he did Nazis. I don't care. I'm talking about I have a relationship with him that is more profound than you who's upset he said this Nazi thing because I have a sense of who he is just from listening to him for 20 years, listening to interviews, all this stuff, and he seems like a sweet person that's trying to find his way, like so many of us are. Yeah, so have some grace with him, have some hope um, that he'll come to a place that's more peaceful if that's what he's seeking. But maybe it's not what he's seeking. Um, so yeah, love Kanye, love his music. It's gotten worse over the last, like just in general, as his career, as time has gone on. In my opinion, it's sort of declined. in terms of how much I want to listen to it. Um, as far as the old stuff, I still love it. I still love it purely. Um, or a lot of his stuff, I still love purely. There's like probably one or two songs from all of his other old um, albums that I haven't mentioned that I really like, but it used to be, 10 out of 12 instead of 1 out of 12 or 2 out of 12. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at with him. One of the most, um, I think he kind of made it, and something about him coming into the world made it more safe, or like it kind of softened. It seems I haven't lived in the black communities and stuff, but it seemed to sort of soften the image of what a black man needs to be in America. Like I think it was just there was a real toughness component to it. I have to be tough. I have to be seen as tough. Of that kind of the hip hop like before Kanye was kind of like this era, like the DMX, all this stuff. Like it's stuff. Some of it's amazing, but there's this sort of like macho toughness element to it. And I think Kanye really. Gosh, this is dragging on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But it's all. I just want to get my final Kanye verdict out there. But something about him making incredible hip hop, like with the college dropout, with like being able to be funny and be silly and have beats that are a little more like not like Nas, like da 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 or DMX. Like I love those songs, but there's a certain feel to them. Kanye made it dun 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 dun. Whatever, like that feel of your favorite, that like Kanye feel, the old Kanye, kind of like soulful, light, chirpy, bouncy, funny, like being able to make dope hip hop with that kind of icing all over it. His ability to do that and for it to be so universally loved was kind of like a sign, I think, to people, like a flag, say, hey, we can. Kanye softened. We can soften. Like it's a respected thing to do. Like people respect him for who he is. That he made hip hop, which has this like traditional masculine feel to it, particularly once the industry got a hold of it. It sort of uh, gravitated that way. There was rappers that were like caricatures of this kind of, like some like if if you're 50 Cent, if you or I don't even know, like Nas, like people that grew up in, that really lived it. This was the lifestyle like that they grew up in. It makes sense for them to speak on to like that you're rapping about your life and this is just what life feels like. But it felt like the industry just said, "Hey, you need to sound like this. You got to be a tough guy. You got to be a whatever if you're gonna make good hip hop." And I think artists, people that even loved rap, that felt they're rappers, also felt that influence. And Kanye came through, and then that was sort of out the window. Like he kind of smashed the glass floor, and he didn't say you can do it in any way necessarily, but because he did it in this new way, I think it opened the door to say, hey, we can do whatever we want. Um, and now, like um, gosh, somebody told me this recently. It was just funny. It's like, what is it? Every rapper is gay. Every every country artist is black, and every rapper is gay now. So it was something like that. I don't know, which is not obviously it's not true, but that's kind of uh, this unexpected energy, or like that's kind of the opposite of the like the way that um, there's like a hilariously, like an absurdly like soft feel to certain popular rap artists and stuff in the which is equally valid in like theoretically to a hysterically soft or like hard 90s early 2000s artists. And I think Kanye, so the trickle through of all whatever that is in cultural, this willing to be soft, a little softer, and it's okay to be a little softer, to not have such rigid boundary or something like that, which is perpetuated through society. I think Kanye opened the doors to that. So, um, so along to probably being, if not my favorite artist of all time, um, certainly top three or top five, something like that. And also just what he's kind of either represented or initiated culturally for this country. Um, it's not just um, black people that he influenced in that way either. But I'm just trying to give the most clear cut to try to explain the phenomenon with an easy visual. But that whole softening, that it's okay to be soft, he gave a big blast of that, and we saw it as truth. We accepted it. So thank you, Kanye. No more Kanye questions. You can always ask Kanye questions. I still love Kanye. I will do my best.